I'm Alicia, and this is Jerry, and we're from a little town called Flower Mound, Texas. It's a suburb of Dallas. We've been here since February 20th, and we love it here. We live in Gorgona. Nueva Gorgona in the Bahia Towers. It's like living in a resort here, so we really like it
like
here.
It very much. Yes.
We like that we're able to walk on the beach because we both love that. We're up high enough where we get a nice breeze that comes through. We don't have to use our ACs very often. Probably more when it gets hotter again.
It's a great view. We appreciate that. We like that. That's one of the things we did want. We like that we can see a lot of the other communities in the area here as we look about. We like watching and learning so many things. I've never lived on an ocean before, so I've learned a lot about tidal waves and surfs and all kinds of natural type things out in the water, which is very interesting for both of us.
It's pretty laid back here. It gets busier on the weekends when people are traveling for vacations and stuff like that. But there's enough expats that live in this area that we had our first get together not too long ago with a bunch of expats, and several of them live here, some of them in Coronado, some of them in San Carlos. So great expat community in the area. There's something to say about waking up and going to sleep to the ocean waves and serene and seeing our big frigate birds glide by. It looks like they're going to fly right into us, you know.
Trails of pelicans. Parrots?
Yeah, we had some parrots.
There's a family of iguanas that lives here that we kind of see periodically. They
live in the trees right down above
in the bushes,
pool.
but we kind of keep track of them as long as some of the birds.
So we have the ocean and we have the mountain view that way. It's like living in a high-rise in New York because you get to see all the lights, but I love it. I get up and take a break, and I got to look outside. Well, we're retired now, so we don't really plan things unless we have a doctor's visit or, you know, we got to go grocery shopping. We'll say, well, we need this, we need that. But we both wake up at around sunrise, which is 6:30. We have our coffee, we sit out on our balcony, we play our games on our iPad for a while.
It's a slow pace.
Yeah.
I tend to be the kind of person that likes to have a project to do. She's picked up a couple of things since she's moved here that she has for her projects, so we keep busy with that.
We do like to eat on our table that we had made. We stopped at a place off the side of the road. We knew nothing about Coratu wood. It's beautiful, we love it. We had it custom made, and to go with the other furniture that we have out there. It's very heavy, and so yeah, we like to eat out on that table. If it's not too windy, I like to go out on the beach and sit on the little cabanas, yeah. Some of our friends, they're out there all the time, so we can catch up with our friends. And there's 3 pools here we can enjoy. I like to have their hamburgers at the grill, and sometimes we'll just order the Panama Lights and drink. And I like their papaya smoothies. I've gotten to know the young lady downstairs that makes them, and I told her I just love them, so I noticed she really gets into that now, and she makes it over the cup line. I got into rock painting. I've never done any kind of artwork painting. And one day when we were learning the wind, how the slams doors here if we don't have it set just right, and these doors, the little things that go under there, they don't work in this house. So that's one of the main reasons I started doing rocks. We got heavier rocks. So if you'll notice when I've got a door propped open, they're door stops. There's a Cafe Med. It's right next to the Gold Coast in Coronado. It's a Mediterranean restaurant, and it's owned by Franco and his wife. She does all the cooking, he does everything else. So he had a whole bunch of rocks in a pile out back, and I picked out one more my size.
So the rock has the front street view, and then the back is from sitting inside it, the back perspective.
Other than that, I'm writing a book about our trials and tribulations trying to get here, because we moved here during one of the 100-year-old blizzards in Texas and everything. But we got here, ever since we've been here, it's like...
We have easy days most of the time, except when she's had medical appointments or things like that, and dental appointments we've had. Beyond that, our grocery shopping There's about 4 stores in the area that we shop, all 4 of them at, because we found that no one store has everything we need. One particular store might have some American brands that we like, but not the others. And one store has the ice cream we like, but not the others, and
yeah,
things
not
like
the
that.
Fisher
And
peanuts that he wants.
Yeah.
They have the milk we like at Ray's and the Fisher's peanuts. They don't have it at the Super 99.
so we've learned.
So
that,
yeah, we go to them all, depending on what we need.
And then about once every month or 6 weeks, we'll go to Costa Verde, which is towards Panama City, and go to the Price Mart there to get our big staples.
Yeah,
Probably about every 6 weeks.
yeah. We try to
like
get
that,
our,
yeah.
our paper products and all
The big
that
stuff.
stuff that you can buy in bulk, and it's not going to go bad on
But
you.
we don't need a lot of.
Sometimes I get the fruits or they had the most beautiful peppers, and there was a bunch of them, so I had to cook peppers for a few days, and have to be creative with what I'm doing with them. There's 2 places to buy the local fish. The one here in Gorgona, where we live,
All from right out there.
is right. You can walk to it on the street, you can walk to it on the beach, or you can drive to it. They're the fisher boats that you see out here on the water. They bring them in, and
It's about $3 for a fresh fish, and that's
And
with them
fillet.
scaling it or
Yeah.
filleting it for you as well. It's less if you want to do your own work. We like them to do that. So we go typically for less than $10. We'll come home with 3 good-sized fish, it's close to 6 meals sometimes.
Yeah.
3 meals other times. And then the same market brings shrimp into a place in Coronado, right across from where we've been discussing, where we pick up prawns and shrimp there.
And I'm talking prawns
Yeah.
bigger than my hands.
Yeah.
They're this big.
Right.
3 prawns is all I can eat, that big, and him too. And I'm making spaghetti with prawns, and they're
And
very
peppers.
good. We like the freshness of being able to do that. There's also a little bakery right here in Gorgona when you turn in. Just a small little bakery. You can get fresh bread for 25 cents,
Yeah, we stop at the local markets along the road. We've learned which ones we like, the better ones, but they're all good. When in season, we would get a lot of, I can't even think of it now.
Watermelon.
A lot of watermelons.
Watermelon.
Which is out of season now. Pineapples, of course, papayas, mangoes, things. But they have a lot of good stuff, and she buys her eggs from the local market, same way.
Just driving in here, you see them sitting there. Well, I have my favorite guy. He's got the tomatoes. He's the only one that seems to have tomatoes. So yeah, but I'll say, oh, we need tomatoes today, so we'll stop him. Anyway, I got really sick, and I tried to weather it out for a day, but I found that I was taking Tylenol, and I read, you should only take so many, and they were each time I would take a Tylenol to help my fever go down, it would last less time. So, and then I started feeling gurgling in my chest, and I went and woke him up and said, it was midnight when I woke him up, and said, I need to go to a hospital, I'm sick. And he took me right away, and we were unsure where to go. We had not scoped out the hospitals like we should have at this point. We were told there was a hospital in Coronado, but it's really just a clinic. It's not a hospital. We ended up driving to Panama because we knew it was there.
She was admitted about 2 in the morning.
And I was there for 16 days. I had pneumonia, and I got to tell you, I had probably a dozen nurses, and none of them spoke English. The doctors did. The doctors were very thorough and spoke English and explained things. So I felt comfortable with the doctors. And then when I started feeling better, I realized I can communicate with them with my translator. I was too sick to think of it back then, when I should have been, If I was going to say the plumbing there was not good. The bathroom closest to me was out of order. The next bathroom was out of order. So I had to walk through the sick people to get to the bathroom. I had to carry my little, all my stuff that was hooked in me, and hold my gown close so my butt wouldn't hang out. But overall, I was getting really good care there. All of the drugs and the food and everything.
Room and board.
A room and board, yeah. Our bill was under $1,300 for 16 days. That would have been in the
That's
thousands
incredible.
and thousands of
Incredible.
dollars in the U.S.
Millions, maybe even.
And I
Who
probably
knows?
wouldn't have gotten as good a care. I'm not knocking the care in the U.S., but I really felt like I was being treated special. And And even though they didn't understand me, once we started doing the translator, the nurses really got
It
to
worked.
communicate with
It
me,
worked, it worked.
and they were able to help me with, you know, if I had a headache or if I needed something to help me sleep or.
You may not have carried on conversations,
Right.
but you
Yeah.
communicated.
Yeah. So overall experience was an eye-awakening experience for me. I would recommend that anybody, when you
Know
move here,
ahead.
know ahead of time, figure out where the hospitals are. We do now. We know where all the clinics are, and
It was certainly remarkable when they told me the price of the bill because they wanted it in cash, and I had to run out and go to bank and cash and things like that. But who can complain with a price like that?
Yeah.
It's-
we love Panama City. We're going back in a few weeks to visit our kids in Texas. We're going to spend the night in Panama City.
She likes to shop when
Mm-hmm.
she's there, and
That's the
we have a
best place
couple of
to shop.
favorite places we like to go to dinner and whatnot. So we love Panama City. Our intentions are to live a vagabond lifestyle here until we find some place that we absolutely fall in love with and want to put down the rest of our life. Until we find that, we're expecting to just keep moving around, trying everything. 'Cause
We're
we-
enjoying
yeah.
renting right now because
And we expect we'll live in Panama City for a while, in the Old Town
Yeah.
area. I used to live in the New Orleans area, and so it's similar to
yeah.
the old, the Bourbon Street area of New Orleans in many ways.
And that's one thing we've been enjoying is seeing Panama open up. So there's a new little coffee shop on the way. You'll see it, brand new. They were building that, and it's doing very well.
There's a lot of roadside fondas and
Yeah.
whatnot, hamburger stands that have just opened in the last couple of months. And
The school's just opened
yep, this
here,
week
so that was exciting to see the kids at school.
Yep.
We both enjoyed
we
it.
actually enjoyed waiting for
Waiting for
traffic
the
when
kids,
they
yeah.
come pick up kids. The Pan American Highway is a very good highway. Interesting thing, we drove up past Boquete area and from here, and that's a nice drive. And once you get out of this area, this is the area with the potholes really, where we live. There's potholes in the road. Other side of Pomona,
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah.
The roads pick up, and as you get going further west, they're great. They're wonderful highways. When you get off on the side roads, some are great, some are terrible. It's just, you never know. We did drive to Costa Rica a few weeks ago. From here to Costa Rica, 7 hours most. Driving speed is so much slower here. I mean, when
Yeah.
you get 100 miles is the highest you're going to get, 100 kilometers rather, 100 kilometers per hour. Well, that's 60 miles per hour in America. 60 in America, if you live in DFW, I mean, that's just a little faster than the local street practically. Whereas here, that's the fastest you can go in the country. So that takes some getting used to.
Yeah.
However, I also respect why they do that in a lot of ways because we don't have limited access in this country like they do in America.
You know, I've heard some people say that Gorgona is safe to walk around in. I've never had any problems with it, but we don't actually walk around. We drive in the car. There are dogs running around. There's chickens running around. That doesn't bother me. But as far as feeling like somebody's going to rob us or hurt us or do anything, I feel very safe here from that. And where we're living is guarded.
Yeah,
so we don't have
most
problem
all
here.
the places where the expats live, if you're in a resort type, high-rise type building, the security is strong. So it's not even an issue to us. Way different process
Yeah.
buying a car here in Panama than in America. In America, you can go to a lot and find a car, and if you got a clean title, you can make a transaction the same day. Here, there's paperwork. Everything they like
Lot
that
of
paperwork here. And then make
then
it
there's
even
the
more
insurance.
interesting, you can't get the title until you have the insurance, but you can't get the, you
Insurance
need
till
one
you
to
get the title, but we got it done. And
we're
we
very
like our
happy.
car. This is the first time we
Yep.
ever bought a car sight unseen.
Yep, that's right, because we
Came
live in
from Panama City,
We
they delivered
trusted
it,
the man
yeah.
that was recommended to us by a friend, and there's a very good network in this country, and it starts with Jackie and all the people that she's hired over time, and they each expand in their areas, and we've met most all of our initial contacts were through this network, I call it, and through them we've met a lot of good people. But when you have a network and you realize things are going good, and when you don't know, like, well, who do I call or where do I go to find this? You have a higher trust level. And so the man that we used to buy the car, we never met him personally. We never saw the car. We were very pleased. It's a great car. It's a very good thing.
Panama Relocation Tour was one of the most educating, informative things we've ever done. I've never done a tour before like that, but
as a result of that,
and we've
tour.
met every
few of
single
them
person
now
that
live
we've
here,
met
too.
through them is spot on what Jackie told us. So, yeah, that's like our little Panama Bible. It's her book, you know.
I have a friend who I've been talking with lately, and he has considered living in Panama, but they didn't. They ended up buying some timeshare property in Mexico and then another one in a different area of Mexico. And he was saying, darn it, if we had reconnected before that, because he would have preferred to have come to Panama. So I would tell people that are considering it, we've looked at many places over years. We did our work, did our research. We're very pleased with our decision. We saved our favorite things, and we sold off virtually most everything we had, we sold. And we're very pleased with that. It was a freedom. We don't have the possessions. That's one thing that some people that move here do struggle with, is moving some things over and the time element and everything. And things are different. For example, I pulled something out recently that has some leather on the handle, and it was moldy, which surprised me, but it was just from the moisture content in the air was enough. And we have moisture things around and stuff, but this was in a cabinet.
Yeah, we've learned to get moisture
and
grabbers.
this was in a cabinet, and I hadn't used it in a while. It's like son of a gun, look at that. There's, and I was able to get it off with alcohol and stuff. But it does show you that it doesn't pay to bring things that you may not need or use, and if it's important to you, you'll get it again, and you might get a local one and help local people here.
The one thing we really liked about this is it was move-in ready too. I mean, things here, most places you lease are going to be furnished and decorated nicely. And I've seen several properties. It was like, oh my God, I mean, they have everything that you would want in the States, that you can get in the States, in these homes. I mean, this place is immaculately decorated, and
we lack for little.
Yeah.
There's some things that they don't have in this country. If you need it bad enough, you can pretty much usually get it from America. You'll pay some shipping perhaps.
yeah.
But we don't lack for anything or struggle with not having something. Most things are available here, same as they were there. Not always as easily. You might not just run down the street and pick something up. You might have to go to the city, pick something up, but in the city, they have virtually anything, that we do. You learn these things like, well, that store has it, and when you go there, get it. There's some items that in grocery stores, we've seen this from your own video on grocery stores in the past. When there's some items that are hard for them to restock for one reason or another, to where when we see it, good, they got them in.
We buy them out.
So we'll buy them out practically,
Yeah.
and then because who knows when they're going to get them again,
Yeah.
or if they ever get them again.
Yeah.
We don't know sometimes. So there's certain favorites where you learn, get it when the getting's good.
And the one thing that you can only buy in little bags here, and I love them, is Frito-Lays. They only come in small bags. And
But
they're
you didn't like them
59
before.
cents.
It's just a
So I
hankering
buy,
you got.
6 of them when I go to the grocery store. But they don't have them in big bags. But we haven't had a problem, really. There's something that we want and can't find it here. I do Amazon and have it shipped to my fast box. And, it goes to our address in Miami and then to our fast box. So you do pay a little shipping. Shipping is a big money bag here. But if you want it bad enough, you're going to have to pay the shipping for it.